Imagine looking up tonight, like right now, and seeing just nothing.
No stars.
Not just clouds, I mean absolute black. Every single star gone. Not slowly fading, but instantly. Right now.
Wow.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're digging into a thought experiment that's, well, honestly pretty chilling. What if all stars went out right now?
Yeah, it's a dramatic idea.
It's more than just darkness, isn't it? It's about the huge scientific, cultural, even psychological shockwaves that would hit us here on Earth.
Exactly. It really makes us think about how deep our connection to the cosmos actually is and, what losing it suddenly would tell us about ourselves.
So what do stars really mean to us, beyond just being lights up there?
That's the core question, really.
Okay, let's start with the science bit, though. Our scenario is instantaneous. We know stars do have a life cycle, right? The universe isn't going to sparkle forever.
That's true. It's a much, much slower process naturally. Stars form from basically free gas floating around in galaxies.
And there's only so much gas.
Right, it's a finite resource. So when we talk about the long-term fate, it's a gradual winding down. You've got the really massive stars.
Superstars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They go out with a bang supernovae, huge explosions. But critically, they don't return all their material back into space. Most of it gets locked up.
Locked up how?
And things like neutron stars or black holes, super dense remnants. And these giants, they burn bright but fast, only live for millions of years.
Millions sounds long, but cosmically.
It's pretty short, yeah. So they use up their fuel quickly and lock away a lot of the building blocks for future stars.
Oh, okay, so not great cosmic recyclers then. What about average stars, like our sun?
Less drama there. They sort of puff off their outer layers near the end.
Yeah.
Creates these beautiful things called planetary nebulae.
Oh, I've seen pictures. They look amazing.
They are. But what's left behind is a core called a white dwarf. Really dense, about the size of Earth, but with the sun's mass. Again, only part of the original star's mass goes back into the galaxy's gas reserves.
So again, material getting locked away.
Exactly. And then you have the really small ones, red dwarfs. These guys are the universe's marathon runners.
How long do they last?
Trillions of years.
Yeah.
Seriously. They sip their fuel so slowly. They eventually cool down into theoretical objects called black dwarfs, completely cold and dark.
Trillions. Have any actually died yet?
Nope. The universe isn't old enough. And that's key because most stars are these little red dwarfs. So the takeaway is the gas for new stars, it's constantly decreasing.
Because it's trapped in stellar remnants or these super long-lived dwarfs.
Precisely. The universe's peak star-making days are actually behind us. Eventually just runs out of gas. A starless universe is the long-term destiny.
A destiny measured in trillions of years, though, which is almost impossible to wrap your head around.
Right.
But our question is right now. Instant darkness. And that immediately means our sun is gone too.
Ah, yes, the immediate catastrophic part.
Our sources focus more on the deeper cultural and psychological stuff, but we can't just skip over this, can we? If the sun vanished now.
It's game over, pretty much immediately. Earth plunges into freezing darkness within about 8 minutes the time it takes light to reach us.
Photosynthesis stops instantly.
Plants die, the food chain collapses, temperatures plummet, oceans freeze over eventually. Most life would be wiped out very, very quickly. It's unimaginably bleak.
Yeah. Okay, so acknowledging that immediate catastrophe. Let's pivot to the deeper, less immediate, but maybe just as profound impacts. The loss of stars from a human meaning perspective.
Right, because that connection runs incredibly deep, historically and culturally.
It really does. How much have stars shaped our actual societies? Not just myths, but like the structure of things.
Oh, hugely. Stars weren't just pretty things to look at.
Yeah.
Scientifically, yes, they're self-luminous celestial bodies. Studying them tells us about the universe.
But culturally?
Culturally, for ages, they symbolized luck, hope, destiny. They were vital for practical things, farming calendars, navigation. That's huge for developing civilizations.
Right.
Think Polynesian navigators.
Absolutely. But you mentioned social order.
Yes. This is fascinating. In many ancient societies, the cosmos wasn't just out there. It was the model for here. The idea was social order is cosmic order.
Like a direct reflection.
Exactly. In ancient Egypt, for example, the state, its territories, laws, morality, they were seen as earthly implementations of heavenly patterns. The Nile River was even thought to mirror the Milky Way.
Wow. Okay.
And the Babylonians, they saw star charts as literal divine blueprints for their land. Specific cities had star counterparts. Nineveh was Ursa Major. Asher was the pole star,
So they were literally mapping their world onto the
or
heavens.
the heavens onto their world. Remember that old Hermetic idea, as above, so below? That was a guiding principle. The earthly was a reflection of the celestial.
So if the above just vanishes, poof, it's not just losing the stars, it's losing the map, losing the blueprint for reality itself for these cultures.
That's a great way to put it. The blueprint crumbles. The fundamental organizing principle disappears. Imagine the sense of chaos, of meaninglessness that could trigger.
Even today, though we might not consciously map our cities to stars, does that underlying sense of cosmic order still affect us? What happens if that rug is pulled out?
I think it still resonates, perhaps unconsciously. Losing that above challenges the very idea that there is a grand external design that society can reflect or aspire to. It forces humanity to confront a universe, or rather an Earth, suddenly without that cosmic grounding. It's a profound loss of orientation.
Okay, so that's the big societal picture. What about zooming in? The individual, me, you, the listener. What happens inside our heads, our spirits, when that constant comforting presence is just gone?
Psychologically, the impact would be massive. We know nature is good for us, right? Reduces stress, inspires awe,
And the night sky is a big part of that nature experience for many.
a huge part. Contemplation, feeling connected to something vast, beauty. Our sources point out that this all gets severely diminished, maybe lost entirely. Think of Ralph Waldo Emerson.
What did he say?
He talked about how we have this abundance. Stars and forests, hills, animals, people. He felt our well-being depends on connecting with this entire natural community. Stars are part of that.
So losing them is like losing a vital part of our community. It damages our sense of belonging.
Exactly. He even suggested connection to nature aids moral purification. If we feel cut off from that bigger community, maybe that path gets harder. It's a deep psychological blow.
It also feels like it would fundamentally challenge how we see ourselves in the universe, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It would be a massive hit to anthropocentrism.
That idea that humans are the be-all and end-all.
Right. That we're the most important thing, that nature's just there for us. Suddenly, an uncontrollable cosmic event makes our vulnerability incredibly stark. We're clearly not in control. It forces a radical shift.
From feeling significant on a cosmic scale to just being here on this rock in the dark.
Precisely. A hyper-local focus, almost. It forces a reevaluation. What's our value if it's not tied to this vast starry backdrop?
Sure.
And think about well-being tied to an ecologically clean environment. What's the ultimate unclean environment? Maybe one without stars.
Science fiction has definitely played with these ideas. You mentioned Asimov's Nightfall.
A classic example. Perpetual daylight, then sudden darkness and star-filled sky drives people mad because their reality is shattered.
And there are others, right? Societies that never saw stars.
Yeah, Edgar Rice Burroughs had the people on Venus, under clouds, thinking their world was flat, totally unaware of stars. Douglas Adams' Cricket.
Oh, the cricketers. Isolated by a dust cloud, find out about the universe and decide to destroy it.
A bit extreme, but it shows how a limited perspective can breed, well, issues. Then you have stories of beings deep inside gas giants becoming violently xenophobic when contacted. Their tiny reality is all they know.
Even theoretical ideas like that electric universe hypothesis. It might be scientifically shaky according to our sources, but the idea it presents is relevant here, isn't it?
It is. The theory suggested that maybe seeing stars for the first time, after perpetual cloud cover, could have triggered a massive cultural shift, a golden age.
So the inverse, losing the stars, would be equally huge, potentially devastating culturally and psychologically.
Exactly. These stories, fictional or theoretical, all point to the same thing. Our cosmic view shapes us profoundly. Losing it could lead to isolation, madness, xenophobia, or maybe something else.
Like what? What's the alternative to despair?
Maybe radical introspection, a complete reevaluation of what matters when the cosmic context is gone.
So, okay, the stars vanish. The immediate physical crisis is immense. The cultural and psychological shockwaves are huge. Do we just fall apart? Or could this ultimate crisis force a change in us, a shift in values?
Well, history shows that massive crises can be catalysts for change. They push societies away from, say, pure materialism towards something deeper like spiritual growth or inner harmony.
A forced evolution of consciousness.
Maybe. Our sources actually say something like, if we change our policies and our technologies, but we don't change ourselves, our condition won't change. An event this fundamental would demand we change ourselves.
Changing our core values and beliefs.
Yes. It could force the rise of ecocentric values, where the well-being of the whole Earth system, humans and nature, is paramount. A rejection of the old hierarchy where humans are on top.
Which connects back to challenging anthropocentrism. We realize acting purely for ourselves often backfires in the long run.
Precisely. It's the paradox of anthropocentrism. This crisis could force us past our human-centered perception, our cognitive anthropocentrism, towards what one source calls a conditionally dynamic ecological position,
Meaning,
meaning a relationship with Earth based on deep knowledge, flexibility, empathy, recognizing we're utterly dependent on the rest of life here. We'd be forced to value all life intrinsically, not just for its use to us.
okay, so a potential shift in values. How does that play out socially? You mentioned space travel demanding extreme cohesion.
Right, the sociology of space. Cosmonauts in tight quarters, extreme danger. Survival demands incredible teamwork, coordination, even a sort of merging of the individual into the group goal.
So could Earth, stripped bare of its cosmic view, face a similar pressure, unite or perish?
It's a compelling thought. Would the loss of the external cosmic order force us to create a more profound internal order, one based on shared responsibility for this planet, our only home?
Like the astronauts, where every word must be thought through, needing ideal coordination.
Exactly. It might push us towards that planetary atmosphere of spiritual cooperation that thinkers like Schweitzer or Leopold envisioned, a realization that we're all in this together, on this one dark sphere. It could be the ultimate push to finally act like it.
So this whole deep dive into a starless sky, it really does hold up a mirror, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. It shows that stars aren't just science, they're woven into our cultures, our minds, our very sense of meaning.
It's not just an observational relationship, it's foundational.
Truly foundational. Thinking about their absence makes you realize how much of our reality, our sanity even, might just depend on that familiar starry backdrop. How much we take it for granted.
So for everyone listening, next time you get a chance to see the night sky, really look and think beyond the science.
Yeah, think about those invisible threads connecting you to those distant lights threads of culture, history, psychology.
And maybe ask yourself this: what assumptions are you making about your world, about reality, that feel as permanent as the stars? What if those vanish tomorrow?